welcome back to Storybook Crochet. Today I will be showing you how to crochet the mixed cluster stitch. This stitch is probably one of my favorites to do and would make a great scarf or blanket. I will be showing you in this video how to change your colors for your rows, but this looks great in a solid color as well. So for this tutorial I am using two different colors of worsted yarn, this off-white and this darker blue here, and I'm using an H hook. You can really use any yarn that you have on hand and a hook that works for that yarn weight. As always, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos, and you can also check out the new super thanks button below if you want to support my channel in that way. So go ahead and grab all your supplies that you need, including some scissors, and we will get started. Okay, so to start off, we're going to start by making our slip knot, and then we are going to crochet an even number of stitches. So it depends on what you're making, how long you want to make your chain, but just make sure that you have an even number chained, and then I will meet you back and I'll show you how to work back across that chain. Okay, so for this tutorial I chained 50, but if you want to do like a scarf or a blanket, you'll definitely want to have a lot longer chain than that. But I've just did 50 just to show you guys today how we're going to work this stitch. Okay, so we're going to start off by working in our second chain from our hook. So we're going to skip this first chain and we're going to work into our second chain, and we're going to make a single crochet. And then we're just going to repeat that across. We're going to put one single crochet in each stitch across, or each chain across. So go ahead and work all your single crochets across your chain, and then we will start on our next row. Okay, so we are now at the end of our first row. So for row 2, you're just going to make a chain 1, and then we're going to turn our piece over. So this chain does not count as a stitch in this pattern, so we're just going to pretend that that's not even there, and we're going to start by working into this first stitch right here. So the first thing that we're going to do for this row is we're going to make a half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook into that stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Alright, so we are now going to start our mixed cluster stitch, and this is going to be super easy, but it takes a couple tries to get used to it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and insert your hook into that same stitch that we just worked into, and you're going to pull up your loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 stitches on your hook. So you still have 2 stitches left. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to skip this next stitch and work into the one after that. So you're going to yarn over, skip that stitch, work into the next one, insert your hook and pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, and pull up another loop. So at this point you have 6 total loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 6 loops. And we just made our first cluster stitch. Okay, after that you're going to make a chain 1. Alright, so let's repeat that again. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the same stitch that we were just working into, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the first 2, yarn over, skip that next stitch and work into the one after that, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up another loop. You'll have 6 on your hook now. Yarn over and pull through all 6. And then you're going to chain 1. Okay, so let's repeat that one more time so I can show you again. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch we were just working into, pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through the first 2, yarn over, skip the next stitch, work into the one after that, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up another loop. You'll have your 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1. So you've just made 3 of your cluster stitches, your mixed cluster stitches. Alright, so I am going to show you that one more time, just real slow so that you can watch one last time before we finish off row 2. Okay, so continue making your mixed cluster stitches all the way to the end of row 2. I will show you then how to turn and start row 3. Okay, so now we're going to finish off the last part of row number 2. So we're going to continue on like we were. We have 2 stitches left here. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to insert our hook into that same stitch that we just worked into. Pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through the first 2. And then we're going to go into skip that next stitch, go into the last stitch here. We're going to go ahead and yarn over, pull up our loop. Okay, so we have 2 stitches left for row number 2. So we're going to start out by repeating the same process that we've been doing. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch we just worked into, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2. Skip that next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook into the last stitch there, yarn over, and pull up your last loop there. Yarn over and pull through all 6. But this time we're not going to chain 1. The last stitch that we're going to do for this row is going to be just a half double crochet. So don't chain 1 after you pull through all 6. But if you want to change colors, go ahead and grab your next color real quick before we move on. I'll show you how to change that. If you don't want to change colors, then just ignore that part. So we're going to yarn over, insert your hook, and then pull up your loop. You have your 3 loops on your hook. If you're changing colors, go ahead and grab that next color. Grab that color instead and pull it through all 3. Okay? So that finishes off row number 2, and then we're going to chain 1. Okay, so that is our first mixed cluster row, and this is what that looks like. So now we're going to use our second color, and we're going to turn our piece over. And the next thing we're going to do for row number 3 is we're just going to single crochet across. So 1 in each stitch across. So start in that first stitch there and just make a single crochet. And then in the next stitch. And then you'll be working in the chain spaces that we made as well. So don't work in this big loop here, just go under this, this first chain here. So you make sure you don't want to skip any of those chains as well. So just work your way across your single crochets, and I'll meet you back at the end of row number 3. Okay, so I am at my last stitch for row number 3, our single crochet row. So I'm going to change my color again. So I'm just going to do my single crochet rows will be in this off-white color, and then my mixed cluster rows will be in this indigo blue color. So you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into that last stitch, pull up your loop like you're making a single crochet, and then you're going to grab your next color, yarn over and pull that through, and then make your chain 1. Okay, and then go ahead and cut that yarn for that second color. So if you're changing colors, obviously at the end of this you're going to have to weave all of those in. If you're not, you don't have to worry about that. So once you have your chain 1 done, go ahead and turn your piece over, and now you're just going to repeat that cluster row, which I'm going to show you the beginning part of that again real quick. So once you have your chain 1 and you've turned, you're going to work into that first space there. You're going to make your first half double crochet. That each mixed cluster row will start and end with your half double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through the first 2. Okay, we're going to now skip that next stitch and work into the one after that. We're going to yarn over, insert your hook and pull up your loop, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through all 6, and then make your chain 1. Okay, I'll show you that one more time. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch you just worked in, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, skip that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull up another loop. Yarn over and pull through all 6, and then chain 1. So you're just going to be repeating these rows. So again, I'm doing my cluster rows in blue and my single crochet rows in the off-white color. Alright, so go ahead and finish row number 4 to the end, and I will show you one more time again how to change your color and finish off the mixed cluster stitch rows. Alright, so we are at our last 2 stitches of this round here. So we're going to go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through the first 2. And then we're going to skip the next stitch and work into the last stitch. So we're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook into that last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook again, and pull up a loop. And then yarn over and pull through all 6. Okay, then we are not going to chain 1. We're going to go ahead and make our half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that same last stitch, pull up your loop. If you are changing colors at this point, you can go ahead and cut your yarn, grab your second color, grab that with your hook and pull it through all 3, and then make your chain 1. Okay, so again, to repeat the next row, turn your piece over, and then we're just going to single crochet across, 1 in each stitch across. Alright guys, so this is the finished little swatch here that I made with the mixed cluster stitch. If you enjoyed this pattern, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what colors you used on yours. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.